I've escaped the snow for a bit down in sunny Arizona. Actually, not really. It's been overcast here in Tucson while I visit the father-in-law for the holidays. It's actually quite pretty. Winters in the desert or something, and I'm a big fan. Down here in Tucson, Arizona, that's about as much sun as we're going to see. But in this cool old backyard of my father-in-law, full of all his little trinkets and old things and things that get destroyed by the sun, there is something new that I'm going to show today. Brought with me, came from Mattel, our friends at Matchbox. It is the first mix of 2022 from Matchbox. The first mix of basic. I've got them. We're going to look at them, open them up, drop some, do all that stuff that we do when it comes to looking at some cool Matchbox. So we're just going to walk right through them. We've got a couple of, well, actually a few new models to hold off till the end, but let's do it. All right, we're just going to walk through these, save those new models for last, but let's just get right to it and start with this one. It is the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. I think it was in red last year. We've got it in green this year, a color that I think we're familiar with when it comes to Jeep. I don't think there's anything on the cards at this point that are different. Like I said, this came from Mattel, so some of these are really early, so you're going to actually see the FEP numbers on here. Obviously, ignore those. But yeah, at least we're going to be able to see the models. I don't know what else to say about this one. Obviously, these are part of the, I think this was a new model last year. Talking 2021, I'm not totally sure, but there it is in green to start. Next one is the Ice Cream King. This one's gone all plastic, right? So metal base, but plastic body. It's kind of a cool casting. Choco Mocha. Obviously, it's a coffee theme for this one. Artwork on these cards seems to be the same from last year, but I'm not, if there's anything different, I'm not seeing it. But very, very cool artwork on these. I really like the way the art has been done for Matchbox of late. And that's why I'm talking about it, because this ice cream model, I'd rather focus on the art. Same thing with this one. Not a huge fan of the Nissan NV van. A little too small for my liking. Sometimes scale bothers me, other times it doesn't. In this particular case, I think it probably should be a little bit bigger. But it's not a casting I'd get too excited about either way. So if you're going to play with the size on one of these, just go do it with this one. And just the cars that we like, I'll like better on that one. So that's the Nissan NV van Adventure Tours, I think is what it says. This was a new model last year, wasn't it? Or maybe the year before. No, yeah, it was 2 years ago. Now we've seen it in white, and now we have it in orange with these disc wheels. Much prefer the disc wheels, much more appropriate. And I think it was the 5 spokes on the first one. Then we had the disc wheels with the white version last year. Maybe I'm getting the colors mixed up, but I think I am right. Right, but this is the 2019 Volkswagen Beetle Convertible. Looks nice in orange. Nice replica of a casting that of a car that I don't have much of an opinion on. But that's kind of what I like with Matchbox. It's quite an array. Same with this one, 2019 Audi Tt Rs Coupe. We saw this in blue in its debut last year in 2021. Here it is in red for 2022. I'm also looking at the numbers here. There's 102. That's what I think we'll see for 2022. Skidster, another construction vehicle, unlicensed but realistic. Right? Small, which it should be, which is cool. Don't know what else to say there. Next one. Here's the first of an array of electric vehicles, right, that we're going to see in 2022. They've said we're going to see a ton of Teslas. I think we've got an electric truck coming. Maybe the Hummer's coming, right? Anyway, that's going to be a major theme for Matchbox. So this one fits right in the E-Star van. We've seen it in a few colors. 2011 Mini Countryman in blue. We've seen this one done in a million colors already, I think. Maybe not a million. It's been out of, 2 or 3 years now? It was a Top Gun car. We still haven't seen that movie, right? Has that even come out yet? Nope. I mean, this is a really good standard Matchbox mix, right? I think I've seen that with the first few mixes of Hot Wheels, too. It's like, there's some decent stuff, but nothing that gets me, like, really, really excited. I think things will get better as we go on. But here's the Mazda Mx5 Miata. Always preferred in the 5 spokes. This one has Oh, K&N deco on it and Brembo. That's kind of cool. I would really have no opinion on those stripes. Well, I do have an opinion on those stripes. I don't like them. I'd rather have it white with just the front and rear detailing. But with the K&N and the Brembo, I guess that makes it a little bit of a racing style vehicle. But I prefer my Miatas just a plain color. Now this one I like. NYPD. This is the 2016 Ford Interceptor Utility in an NYPD livery. Where are we at with the NYPD? There was a whole 5-pack, right? Then we've seen the Caprice. We've seen, I know the Dodge Chargers, recently the Crown Vic. And I think there was one, maybe a couple from last year. Not entirely sure, but this is nice to have. Anything NYPD. It's kind of like the national parks. So it's cool that Matchbox has the NYPD license. One more before we get to the new castings, and I really do dig this one. It is the 1995 Nissan Hardbody, the D21 Nissan truck. Third or fourth. This is the fourth color of this one. I really like it in white. I love that they're doing these side stripes on this one, and I like that they've gone with the disc hubs on this too. So we've had kind of an off-road look for this casting. This one has a little bit more of a like entry-level truck style with those wheels. Looks more like just like almost like Steely's, right? So I kind of like that look. Just it's like the truck that the parents bought for the kid. Maybe I'm overthinking that. All right, 3 new castings. Let's get right to them. Really excited for that one. This one is one of those like Matchbox just doing their thing, kind of having some fun. This is the 1949 Curtis Sport Car. We know that Abe Lugo's really into this kind of stuff, these kind of old classic cars, sometimes the more obscure, and this is definitely one. I'm guessing, well, I know nothing about the Curtis sports car. I'm sure that this is one that was like considered very futuristic back in the day and was shown at like world fairs or car shows. I mean, I'm literally just guessing based on the look. It's got that chrome bit on the front and on the sides, which makes it a very interesting car. Be curious what people think of this one. I mean, it looks like a good replica of kind of an interesting car. Not necessarily my cup of tea, but I love when Matchbox does this and kind of throws in these more interesting kind of obscure models, so I'm really digging that one. Next, how about this? 2018 Dodge Durango. We're going to see this in one of those hitch and haul. Is that what it's called? Hitch and haul sets that Matchbox does. I think that's why you got this tow hook on this one. But it is a brand new casting. It is the 2018 Dodge Durango. I don't think there's much difference between the 2018 and the 2020. But this one I like. It's got a nice large size to it. It's very sporty. I like the 5 spokes on it. I like that it's black. This is the kind of stuff that really makes me happy about Matchbox. Street vehicle, but a nice version of a street vehicle. Very, very cool. And then to finish off, this is easily the most anticipated, and I think at least among Lamley viewers, they're most excited about this one. It is the 1994 Mitsubishi 3000 GT. I think it is hilarious that all these brands kind of figured out the 3000 GT just recently, right? Auto World has theirs coming out. Hot Wheels released theirs in premium, and here's Matchbox's version, and I think it's fantastic. Just a really clean, straightforward version of the 3000 GT. I think the Matchbox and the Hot Wheels are different years, right? But nonetheless, 2 different takes on the Mitsubishi 3000 GT, but very well done, I think. This one, it has all the right sizing. It just kind of hits all those sweet spots. And I'm loving all these 90s cars, and this is one to add to that pile. So, Mitsubishi, Dodge Durango, totally into those. Those are by far the highlights of this particular batch. We'll see how we go in 2022, but a decent start, really good start to the new models, and there's some amazing stuff coming out as was previewed in Albuquerque last July. So we'll get to it. It'll be fun to watch. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Mattel, for sending these. Bye.